Okay, now we're going to talk about the brushes we have. These are the Jenkins signature brushes, and they've been designed especially by Gary and I. So we'll start out over here. These are the two with the master set. These are the two bristle. I believe they're hog bristle, but they're nice big bristle brushes. One is about 1 inch and the other is about a 3/4 inch. And these we use a lot of times with the acrylics. We prefer to use these instead of the real soft synthetic hairs because these just adapt better to the acrylic, and sometimes you get the acrylic dried in your brushes and you don't want it to dry in these real nice soft ones, but it's easy to get the paint out of these also. But we use these to scrub in the acrylic backgrounds with, and that works real well to get those abstract backgrounds that Gary does so often. And then we have, now these are the beautiful soft synthetic brushes, very soft hair. They all come to a beautiful, beautiful sharp chiseled edge. And this is, we call it the background brush. We put in sometimes on large canvases or medium-sized canvases. This gets the paint on really, really fast. If you're not using acrylic on your background, you want to use oil paint, then this is a great one. It's about a 1 inch. It holds a lot of paint and gets paint up on the canvas really fast. This is your 3/4 inch. And this one is it's about a 5/8. Now these are the two really workhorses because these are the ones we do most of our roses and poppies and big flowers. And you can also use these to put the background on with also, but it doesn't get the background covered with paint quite as fast as this great big one. And then over here we have two. This is still the master set, and this is the deluxe. Get your husbands, ladies, to buy these for Christmas and all your special occasions. A lot of people save up for these, and they like this big set. Now this is filberts. This is about a number 12, and this is a number 10. We use this for small flowers, for cluster flowers that have lots of little petals because they're already shaped rounded on the ends. Whereas the flats, these are the flats, they have the sharp chisel on the end, and then these are rounded. So they make the petals just automatically for you. You load them with paint and you get up there to your canvas and they make the rounded petal because they're perfectly shaped. And then we have a little tiny, here's a little flat. This is for all those nice little details that you need a flat for. And see that? It still comes to a wonderful chisel edge, but it's only about 1/4 inch wide. And this is for those little canvases or when you're doing little detail, like a lot of little birds that we do and little small flowers, little tiny flowers. These are beautiful. Now these other ones here are synthetic, very soft, nice synthetics. So when you touch them to the canvas with the paint and make your stroke and you press down on your stroke and you lift up and sweep away, these bounce back into their original position. So that's why you need these soft ones, but yet they have a little bit of spring to them. Now these are Sable. These are pure, beautiful Sable, the best Sable. Gary and I prefer Sable for the little liner and the Twiggy Brush. Now you see one has longer hair than the other, and this is often called, this is a liner, and it's often called a script brush, a Twiggy brush, a rigger brush. The reason a lot of people call it a rigger is they would put the rigging for the sails on sailboats when they're painting sailboats and everything. They do all the rigging on the sail, so a lot of people call it a rigger. But we just call it a liner. It does beautiful long vines. It does branches on a tree. All kinds of things you can do with that. Sign your name with it, and it's very flexible, very soft, beautiful Sable. This one is a round, or I call it a detail brush. It's just shorter hairs. And we do a lot of the little birds with this, and when you're doing like a portrait of an eagle or even a face or anything, we put the eyes in with this. Anything small, I call it a detail brush. It's a beautiful brush, and this is really important. This is a very, very soft, it's natural hair. and it's a Mop Blender, and oh my goodness, we use this so much to blend colors together one into another when you're crisscrossing colors on with your nice flat brush, and then you want to have some of your brush strokes disappear. You very lightly wisp over just feather over your canvas with this brush in different directions, and you can swirl your paint around. You can knock things out of focus if you want it out of focus. Make your roses real nice and soft after you've painted them. You blend some of the petals out into the background. Beautiful brush. Now that's our super deluxe master set. Now here's the beautiful set. If you're just starting out painting and you want to invest just a little bit less money, then this is a great starter set. This gives you the basic 3/4 inch brush, the flat. Remember I told you this is the one that does most of our canvases, medium canvases, or a little bit smaller, and you do most of your large flowers with this, and some backgrounds with this, the oil backgrounds. This also has a filbert, the nice rounded hairs, and this is a little bit larger filbert. This is about a 1/2 inch, or we call it a number 12. The other one was you had a 12, and the other set you had a 12 and a 10. So that was nice, but this one is just really versatile. You can do a lot. You can actually make pretty large flowers, rounded petal flowers with this, or you can use it on the side and you can make smaller flowers with that. And again, here's your nice mop brush. This one, I believe, is about the same size as in the other set. And again, it's the nice soft. See how soft? You cannot use a really stiff, scratchy brush to blend your backgrounds and your flowers. It must be really, really soft. It's like a lot of you ladies are familiar with your makeup brushes. And the makeup brushes that you put your blush and eyeshadow and everything on, they're very, very soft. Of course, you guys might not know about that, but you've probably seen your wives' makeup brushes. That's what that is. And then, of course, we've got the same Sable long liner and the little short round detail brush in this set, and those are Sable. Now we do have some optional brushes that aren't in our set that you can purchase, because these go very well in your paint box also. And we have a 1/2 inch flat. This is just kind of a medium-sized flat, and I don't know if you can see that, and that comes to a nice chisel edge. We've got a medium-sized mop and a real small mop for those tiny little bird feathers or something tiny. This actually, the medium mop, I like all the mops. I keep several of all the mops in my paintbrush, in my paint box, because this is the more medium size, and I just love to use all of them because they're very, very versatile, and it's nice to have different sizes. Then we have some fan brushes, and these are beautiful for doing landscapes and putting trees when you want to do trees really fast. It does beautiful pine trees and grasses, and you can do paths in landscapes with this, and water. It makes beautiful swirls on the water, and there's a medium and a little bit larger one. Then we have another synthetic flat, and this is about a 1/2 inch. It's just a little bit different kind of hair, but this one is very soft, comes to beautiful, beautiful chisel edge. The main thing, these all keep their shape really well after you've used them many, many times. They keep their shape really well. And this is, I call it a Wipeout Tool. It's got the rubber end on it, and it's got a chisel edge. This is great for if you have just a few little strokes that you want to wipe out of your canvas and you don't want to use a towel, you want to wipe it off. You can use the edge of this and you can just scrape the paint almost like a little tiny palette knife. And it's a beautiful thing. And a lot of people use the chisel edge and sign their name with this too. So there you have it. That's all our brushes that we have. And we designed them, Gary and I, and hope you give them a try and hope you just do beautiful paintings out there with these brushes, because you can do a lot with them.